We have a question from Sam. Pretty simple question. How do you program for a linear progression? I've never ran a linear progression program in its entirety before and was wondering. Sam, I'm going to defer this to my good friend Marty Gallagher. Take about 12 weeks and you plan the numbers out perfectly. You plan exactly where you want to be on week 12. You start off week 1. You on your hard workout, you do a heavy set of 8. Next week, same workout. You go a little bit heavy, set of 8. Third week, you go a little heavier, set of 8. Fourth week, you go heavier, but then you drop the reps to 5. So you get a little break there. The weight's more, but with less load. And then, of course, heavier week 5, heavier week 5. And then, right when those 5s are getting scary, you still add weight, but you drop to 3. When the 3s get a little, well, that's pretty hard, you drop to 2, and then you max out. I think linear progression lasts, if you do it that style with the 8s and the 5s, you can probably pull it out for 12-week chunks, like Marty recommends. His book, Purposeful Primitive, does a wonderful job. And if you're on the danjohnuniversity.com site, we have a really good article in the downloads from Marty, which is one of the smartest things I've ever read. When I do linear progression with normal people, I'm thinking usually 6 weeks. If we're just trying to build you up to something, 6 weeks is about the max for the stuff I usually use, like basic hypertrophy for a middle-aged person, or if we're getting ready for a season, well, actually, I break it down even shorter to maybe even 3-week blocks. Olympic lifting 3-week blocks, 3 heavy days in week 3. It's very difficult to make linear progression work unless you're all in like Marty. And then after you max out at the nationals, then you take a month off, go for a lot of walks, eat really good food, focus on recovery, and then you go back into the program. Linear progression works, and it works really well, but you got to stick to the program. And your line there, you've never ran a linear progression program in its entirety, is part of the issue. You got to start what you finish. You got to finish what you start. I hope that helps.